got a job at the boutique.
Ellen didn't hire her as a sales lady, did she?
Well, no, not exactly. Mama's working mostly in the back, doing odd jobs, wrapping packages, things like that.
Oh. Well, I'm certainly glad that she finally found something. And it probably makes things a little bit easier for you, too.
That's why I came by today. To give you some money on account.
What?
Here's $25 for you, okay?
Jenny, did your mother send you over here with that?
Well, no, I came on my own. See, I had a few really good nights at the coffee shop. I got tipped more than usual, so I put it aside for you.
Jenny, I have absolutely no intention of taking that. It is your mother's debt.
It's my debt,
Now,
too.
that is not true, darling.
I feel guilty about owing you folks this money.
Oh.
And remember, some of those things Mama bought were for me. Please.
Well, I mean, actually, it is Kate's money, so I... Okay, all right, I'll take
Thank
it. And
you.
I will see that she gets it just as soon as she comes in.
Okay. And tell her I'll get some more to her in the next few weeks.
Look, you mustn't try to shoulder this whole thing yourself, you know, especially now that your mother's working.
Oh, no. Actually, I still make more than Mama does, you know, with my tips and everything.
I guess you know that all of us wish that you were not working so late at night, trying to go to school the next day and everything. The only thing good about it is that at least you're not at that dreadful Foxy's.
Well, I'm doing okay with my schoolwork, Mrs. Martin.
Well, now, what about your social life? I mean, do you have time to go out with friends?
Yes. As a matter of fact, last week I got to go to a party at Greg Nelson's house, and tomorrow night I'm going out to the movies with him.
Wait. Did you say Greg Nelson?
Yes. Oh, maybe you heard Tad mention him. See, Greg's class president, so...
No, I was thinking he must be Edith Nelson's son. Her husband's name was Greg, too, you see. And he died last year.
Oh, right. Greg told me about that.
You know, actually, we have known the Nelsons for some time. Enid is even a patient of Joe's.
Frankly, Mr. Nelson, if it were just one date, I wouldn't be worried about it. But I think this is getting serious.
Well, I certainly hope not. Greg is much too young to get serious about any girl.
Especially Jenny Gardner.
Liza, tell me just exactly what is it you object to in this girl?
Well, I love Greg. Well, you know, I mean, I love him like, you know, it's
Like a brother.
Well, I just don't want to see him get in any trouble.
What's she like?
Well, I say to judge a person by the company they keep. And Jenny hangs out with some pretty rough characters. Now, I'm the last one to be prejudiced about any race or any religion, but people don't try to even help themselves.
What else do you know about this girl?
Well, not much. That's what worries me, Mrs. Nelson. I think she and her mother live in a rented room someplace. As Greg's mother, I just thought you ought to know.
Ma!
You startled me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to slam the door.
I wasn't expecting you home so soon.
Well, basketball practice got canceled, so we're going to make up for it tomorrow.
Oh, well, I hope not too late. You'll need time to get dressed for the party.
What party?
Why, sweetheart, we're invited to the Colbys for dinner. Didn't Liza tell you?
That, yeah.
It's going to be a very special occasion. It's Larry and Marion's 25th wedding anniversary, and I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Murphy usually eats the first serving from the can, but seldom the second.
If I had a nickel for every can Hector didn't finish...
If your cat prefers fresh food to leftovers, tear into Tender Vittles brand cat food.
Fresh.
And watch him tear in. Cats love Tender Vittles. It's fresh every time. Each meal sealed to stay moist and delicious.
No? Maybe I should have frozen it.
Tear into Tender Vittles at every meal.
Fresh.
And watch your cat tear in.
Light Day's morning number 10, mother of twins, up at dawn.
I like to get up before the twins because these few minutes I have to myself are pretty important if I'm going to feel fresh. I found that Kotex Light Days panty liners really help. They're delicate little liners that are so soft and comfortable. And they keep me feeling morning fresh anytime. So whenever... Well, here we go.
Kotex Light Days panty liners for morning freshness anytime.
If you're willing to work a little, you can have fresher looking skin with this, a pre-apricot facial scrub. But be ready. It's different. You just add water and rub into a lather. You can actually feel it working, getting rid of that dead skin layer that can clog your pores and cause skin problems. Your face looks fresh, glowing, alive. A pre-apricot facial scrub. Isn't your skin worth it?
On One Life to Live, Marco and Karen are on the run, staying one step ahead of the law. Day by day, they search for the one man who can prove their innocence.
Where's the logical place for him to be?
Marco and Karen join the traveling world of the carnival, where each day brings them closer to the man they must find.
But our luck is changing.
Where absurdity is the norm, where the world of reality can be disguised by illusion. Marco and Karen in a bizarre new world on One Life to Live.
I'm sorry, Mom. I'm not going to be able to make it.
Why not?
I've got other plans.
To do what?
I'm taking Jenny to the movies.
Who?
Jenny Gardner.
Goodness, I don't recall you ever speaking of her.
Oh, she's a new girl in town. She's really nice.
Well,
You would have met her at my party, but you were upstairs all night long.
I'm sure she'll understand about tomorrow night.
Oh, no. I can't pull out this late in the game here.
Not. All you have to do is explain to her that the Colbys are very important to us.
Oh, you don't understand, Mom. Jenny is a very shy girl. And it was kind of hard to set up this date. And, I just couldn't disappoint her.
Honey, I'm afraid you've got your priorities mixed. If there's anybody you should be worried about disappointing, it's Larry and Marion.
Oh, I think they'll understand. I mean, their invitations were kind of late, weren't they?
Well, they're practically family. Greg, they almost didn't want to have this celebration because your father can't be there. And... Greg. Then they realized that he, above all, would be the one who want us all to be together on this very special occasion. Well, now, can you imagine how they'd feel if I go to them and say that you can't be there because you're taking some girl to the movies?
Oh, she's not just some girl, Mom. She's really special. And I don't want to hurt her feelings.
Greg, I'm really thrown by your reaction. I didn't think that I would have to remind you that Larry and your father were as close as brothers. Don't you know how much he misses your father? Don't you want to be there for him in your dad's place?
Mom, nobody can take Dad's place. We all miss him.
You realize that if we don't go, there probably won't be a party.
Well, you can go without me.
Oh, don't ask me to do that. I couldn't face it.
Why? I mean, it's not as if you haven't been with the Colbys since Dad died. They've been over here, and you've been over at their house.
This is different, don't you see? This is an emotional time, and it's got to be shared. Oh, you can go to the movies any time, but a 25th anniversary is a once-in-a-lifetime event.
Stop acting like a child, Erica. You are going to Tokyo, and when you get back, we will straighten out this whole mess.
No, I am not a child. And I also am not a little robot that you can just program to do whatever you want.
You have signed a contract that says you'll go on whatever tours we send you on so you can just stop this charade.
Well, for your information, contracts can be broken.
Be my guest if you want to be out of work. But if you want to continue making the kind of money we pay you, then you'll do what you're told to do.
No, I don't have to. Because I could go to work for Bogart International in a minute.
Don't even...
And they probably would pay me twice what you pay me.
Don't even joke about a thing like that.
Who said I was?
There is no way in hell we'd let you go to work for them.
Oh, how are you going to stop me?
Sensuel would sue you for every penny you're worth if you pulled a stunt like that. If you think for 1 minute that we'd let you go to work for the competition after the tremendous amount of money we have put into you, you've got a big surprise coming. The board would be out for blood, believe me, so you can just cut out this nonsense. In fact, you should be leaving for the airport right now.
I'm not going. And there is no way you can force me if I don't feel able.
Will you listen to me?
Stop it!
You
Let
can
me
be
go!
forced to repay financial losses. We've got the lawyers to do it. Sensuel will fight you, and you will lose, baby. You will lose this apartment and everything that goes with it. Now, call downstairs and get someone up here to help you with your luggage.
No, I won't.
Erica, I am warning you. My car is downstairs, and I will have Michael drive you to the airport. And if you know what's good for you, you will be on that plane to Tokyo.
Hi, Grandpa. Can we give you a checkup?
Well, sure. Fisher-Price's first medical kit is very special. It comes with a stethoscope that really lets you listen to heartbeats. And a blood pressure band that can be squeezed. There's something to look into ears with and something to tap a knee with. Our medical kit has lots of things young doctors need to give their patients the very best of care by Fisher-Price.
Of course, new Kraft Buttermilk Creamy Dressing starts with fresh buttermilk, but it's unlike any other for 3 big reasons. 1, a heaping teaspoon of fresh sour cream to make it creamy. 2, more sour cream. And 3, still more sour cream stirred into fresh buttermilk, because Kraft had to see how far creamy could go. New Kraft Buttermilk Creamy Dressings, also with chives or green pepper. For a new twist on taste, turn to Kraft.
Opening now at Sears, a Christmas of red ribbon values. Save $50 on this Kenmore free-arm sewing machine with 8 built-in stitches and a built-in buttonholer. Also, save $20 on this cabinet. Save $40 on this Kenmore PowerMate vacuum cleaner. $20 on this 2-speed upright. Both with beater bar brush and edge clean. And just look at these low prices. To wrap up a beautiful Christmas, you can count on Sears.
An ABC News Brief brought to you by Campbell's Chunky Soup. Now from Washington, Joe Templeton.
Good afternoon. UN Secretary General Kurt Waldheim, who had been seeking an unprecedented third term today, suddenly withdrew his name from further balloting. The U.S. and Israel announced today European nations will be allowed to join the Sinai peacekeeping force if they agree to do so under the principles of Camp David. And the Senate has rejected a move to cut off funding for President Reagan's plan to put the MX missile in existing silos. Now, the Senate made it clear it would prefer another basing system. Now this.
Campbell's Chunky Chicken. Is it a soup or is it a meal? Chunky's the soup that eats like a meal.
The White House Conference on Aging ended its stormy meeting today by approving some 600 recommendations for helping the elderly. And in its annual health report, the government says Americans are living longer, having more babies, and paying more for health care. That's News Brief. More on ABC's World News Tonight.
Saturday. The critics call it the season's funniest new sitcom. Open all night.
You won't be disappointed.
Then,
I'm tired.
I got some news that'll cheer you up. I've got 1 week to live. Just kidding.
Making a Living.
Saturday on ABC.